Mr. Moore.
Thank you so much. And President Jenkins, thank you for your leadership as well. You know, I was born down in Tacoma Park, but the last memory I had of my father was when he went to a hospital. And his face was unshaven and his clothes were disheveled. And there was assumptions about whether or not he had insurance. When my mother got to the hospital, they asked her questions like, is he prone to exaggeration? And he was released from the hospital with the instructions to go home and get some rest. And if it got worse, to come back. And he died in front of me 5 hours later. And not only do I know his story is not alone, it happened almost 40 years ago to this day, and it's still happening. And so when my mother then moved us up to live with my grandparents up in New York, she got her first job that gave her benefits after my dad died when I was 14 years old. The first job that allowed her to work one job instead of multiple jobs. That job was here in Baltimore at the Annie E. Casey Foundation. And it was here that I found a place that I didn't just fall in love with, that I found a place that I would forever call my home. And I knew that I was going to serve this place and I was going to serve people because I was going to fight for people like my mom and I was going to fight for people like my dad. And whether that was leading soldiers in Afghanistan as a member of the 82nd Airborne Division, where I served and led paratroopers, Airborne, or whether it was coming back and starting a small, successful business here in Baltimore where we were helping students here at Coppin, helping make it to and through college, or whether it was being the CEO of one of the largest poverty-fighting organizations in America. Here's what I know. That our ticket and our administration, myself and my running mate, Delegate Aruna Miller, we are the only ticket in this field that is actually led in the executive branch, the legislative branch, the private sector, the nonprofit sector, and in the military. I will put my executive experience against anybody in this field. And here's the thing that I also know. It's difficult to talk about how you are going to fix the system when you're not willing to acknowledge that your fingerprints are all over the system that needs fixing. That we are going to be able to go on day one to be able to address issues like creating a 21st century education system. And it's the reason that I'm so proud to have the endorsement of the teachers, 76,000 strong. When we talk about we're going to fix procurement laws, that right now the state of Maryland has guidance for procurement is not a goal, it's guidance. Because if you never hit it, it's not a goal, it's a suggestion. And the fact that we had 29% suggestion in the state of Maryland, last year the state of Maryland did 14% without zero measures of accountability. That is going to change, and it's the reason that I'm so proud to have more endorsements by members of the Maryland General Assembly than any campaign in this field. And I know that in the military, we learned something in my first days in the military, is a slogan they asked us to live by while I was a combat veteran. And that slogan was this: leave nobody behind. And come January, that will be the new mission of the state of Maryland. We will be a state that leaves nobody behind because we don't have to.